Do you girls feel that since the Me Too movement and, since COVID as well, but more so the Me Too movement, do you feel that, again, I'm not saying all women, there was an article in Vogue magazine, and this was during the Johnny Depp trial with Amber Heard. And the article, it was a female who was a writer, and she had said, I'm kind of paraphrasing, that every woman should be heard, every woman should be trusted on what she says. So being a publisher for a magazine myself, I automatically wrote to the editor of the magazine and said, what kind of fucking bullshit garbage did you publish? Yeah. And they replied back and said, what do you mean? I said, by you publishing this article and this woman's statement, that means that every man should not be trusted and every man grapes women. That's what you're basically saying. Because you cannot have this blanket statement that every woman should be trusted and every woman is saying the truth. So what's your girl's view on that? Carly, what's your view on that?
I mean, I don't agree with that at all. Not every woman is innocent. You can't just... It depends on the woman for a relationship as well as it depends on the man. I've been in a 4-year long-distance relationship. I mean, I went to New York City for 2 years. We did the long distance. I trusted him with everything that I have, even though that he's not a kind of person that goes to the bars and goes to the university parties or anything. I still trusted him, even if he did go out with his friends. I mean, like, not every girl is innocent. I've never given him a reason to not trust me. So at the end of the day, I disagree with that article because...
So do you believe that there are a lot of, I'm not saying all women, but do you believe that there is a fair number of women that embellish what may have taken place when they make accusations of SA or grape, that it's not exactly the way they're saying it, and it's kind of unfair that that individual... So I'll give you some examples. So there's been many examples in the media where there's been people who are famous or they have a career and they get accused of raping a woman, and automatically, due to the cancel culture, they're done. Like the minute it hits, the social media, their career is over. Advertising companies are dropping contracts. They're getting fired. They're not getting any more calls anymore. Their agent drops them as well. And literally their career comes to a screeching halt. Then they go through the entire painful process of having to, what should have happened from the beginning is innocent until proven guilty. But the culture we live in today is you're fucking guilty automatically. So they go through the painful process of years and years of going through the court system, and they're still being attacked. Their families being attacked. They're being, people are, giving them, death threats. There are people like breaking their windows and vandalizing their car, and their family members are also being targets. And then after 3-4 years, their innocence is finally proven, but they're fucking done. Mm-hmm. Like they can't recover. Their career is over. And the female who made the accusation just walks away.
You can only give somebody like so many chances. I mean, just from one, everybody makes mistakes. Just from one mistake that you made doesn't mean that your whole career needs to go down the drain.
But don't you feel that that's the culture we live in today? That
Correct, it is.
Everyone jumps on the bandwagon right away. If someone says, oh, that person's bad. Yeah, that person's bad. Yeah, he's bad. Yeah. And it gets blown up.
It is.
Right? And then there should be some repercussions for the person who made the false accusations. Like, fuck. If you accuse someone of something as bad as that they, SA'd you or they graped you, and then it's proven that you lied all along because, your text messages were subpoenaed and they're brought into court, and then they're able to find your Snapchat account, and they see that you were the one who was approaching the guy the whole time. It wasn't even him. And even after, based on your story, you said that, he graped you in December of 2020, but then they see you reaching out to him in the summer of 2021 and sending him photos of yourself in a bikini and shit. It's like, what the fuck, right? Yeah. So there's one really interesting situation that took place regarding, do you guys know the movie The Lovely Bones?
Yes. Oh my
God, you guys seen that?
Phenomenal.
Yes.
So,
actually, it was better as a book.
Yeah.
Okay. The book was way better, but the movie is good.
Who was in the movie? Do you guys kind of remember who?
Was it Ryan Gosling in it?
No,
No.
no.
Who was it?
Matt Wahlberg.
That's it.
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg. It was Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Mark, yeah. Mark
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Mark
Marky
Wahlberg,
Mark.
right?
Who was the guy that played his neighbor though?
That was Tucci.
Edward.
Was
No,
it?
is it? You know what I'm talking about? He's the one who's in Hunger Games.
The Italian.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know the Italian guys that I'm talking
Steve
about?
Hutcherson?
No. It's Tucci. Where the fuck did Steve Hutcherson
I don't
come
know. I heard
from?
Hunger Games.
Yeah. So what's the guy here? I'll tell you right now what the guy's name is. So the person who, do you know who the author is who wrote that?
I don't remember the author. No.
Okay, so let's look this up quickly. Her name is Alice Sebold. Okay, and she also wrote another book that's called Lucky. So Alice was actually she wrote the book which is called Lucky, which is clearly about her experience and how horrific it was and whatever. And then from there, they Stanley Tucci is the gentleman's name, the actor, and Susan Sarandon as well too is in there. So this lady who wrote The Lovely Bones, Hollywood approached her right away. It was an incredible story. They wanted to make a movie of it and so on. They did, right? And then they were going to make a movie as well too on Lucky, I believe, right? Which is basically her true story about her being, okay? And the person that she ended up accusing went to jail and served like 18 years in jail, this black guy. And he was found out that he was wrongfully accused.
Wow.
He fucking destroyed this guy's life. And it was something as simple as it was a lineup. And she goes, "Oh, I think it's this guy."
I picked the wrong one.
Oh, I have seen this movie. Yeah.
And it's not even in the movie. This is the true story. So the author of The Lovely Bones, she ended up, she was when she was younger. And when the police did the investigation, they arrested like 4 or 5 black guys and had them do a lineup. And she chose this one guy and said, "I believe it's him." And just based on her fucking statement of "I believe it's him," he got convicted.
Wow.
And this guy spent, I believe, 17 or 18 years in jail. And he finally got released. And she still hasn't even spoken to him.
They did kid on her.
Even that, they said when
100%.
they did do that, they didn't even bother. The Crown didn't even bother about bringing that in because they already had everyone. Everyone was so devastated by the fact this girl got. She was very, very young. They just wanted they wanted to just get this guy in jail.
Mhm.
So this poor guy didn't have a fair trial whatsoever. He got exonerated finally after. But imagine like going to jail for 18 years of your life,
Mhm.
and now this woman is super famous.
Yeah.
Like her, The Lovely Bones is a very, very famous movie. She made a ton of money. You would think she would do something, like at least fucking apologize to the guy, like write him a letter.
Something that's awful.
Yeah, and she was just like, I feel really bad, and what's done is done. What can I do about it now? And it's like, what the fuck? So, in cases like this, like, what are your thoughts? Do you feel that the person, this girl, the author that we're talking about, Alice Sebold, do you feel that she should have been held liable for something here, like fucking jailing this innocent guy?
She was a child, right? When it happened?
I think that by the time it went to trial, she might have been, 18, I think, somewhere around there.
Oh.
So,
Honestly, I think I feel I would truly have to read the book itself because I'd have to like Lumen's asking, I'd have to kind of know the age. Was it like a small town? Small town cops are kind of like very pushy, like was their DNA kit done? How was that? I think I'd have to read the book, but in general, yes, overall, the accusation itself, and then her being able to continue with her book deal or continue getting any kind of endorsements or any kind of financial revenue from that story should have automatically or somehow been contributed to him, but it's also on him. I would be taking her to court. I'd be grabbing a lawyer and being like, she's wrongfully, she's shaming my name. It's been proven. Take this book off the shelves.
Yeah.
And that's kind of on him too, because I'd be fighting for my name. I wouldn't be laying down and taking that. But then again, doing 18 years in prison, you're kind of probably just,
But that brings you back
she was
to
an
the-
adult. She was a freshman at Syracuse University
Okay.
when she got raped.
That brings you back to the whole Johnny Depp thing. He did fight for his name.
Exactly.
True,
Right.
true.
And then what happened then? Amber Heard
Yeah.
they said, oh, what I just recently found out, which was screwed up, is they said, okay, we're not going to use her in Aquaman 2, but it was her ex-boyfriend, Elon Musk.
I was gonna say
that threatened the producers and the production company and the movie whatever, and said, if you don't put her in, you're gonna have to deal with my lawyers. So they put her in the movie. So here comes the saying that, okay, if you have enough money, you can get your name back. Look at Mike. I think it's Mike Smith, Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Happened to him. He's off the face of the map. Rick and Morty guy. He's off of the face. Like, that's not fair because they don't have the funds or they don't have the resources. Yeah, right. That's
well, I don't think that Johnny Depp came out. I mean, obviously he cleared his name, but I think the damage that happened to him, he's never going to recover. The amount of money he was making with Pirates of the Caribbean was fucking insane.
And you know what Jason Momoa did on Aquaman 2? He went to set every day dressed up as Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was in the
same
To support him. Yeah.
But I don't think that I still feel that there's like a divided verdict when it comes to especially women. There's a lot of feminists that support Amber Heard and they feel she's the fucking victim. But if someone's gonna shit on your bed, I mean, what the fuck? Like that, right? That is that's so dark, you know. And it's really bad. It's really sad because Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the most successful films,
Great.
you know, ever.
I mean, what's a 20-something-year-old doing marrying a 50-something-year-old? Amber Heard, she's...
What's a 40-something-year-old woman sleeping with a 20-something-year-old man?
Actually, I'm 38, first of all.
Okay.
Get it right.
You know what? I don't think you think the age plays a card here?
I think she used him for fame, right?
Even if she did, it doesn't justify. You want to use him for fame? Great. A lot of women used Hugh Hefner for fame. He was fucking 70 and wrinkled to death.
Yeah, and have you watched the Playboy thing?
I believe most of that's bullshit.
They all are so sad about what they did.
You know
these
what?
girls.
How can they not be? If they're not going to be, they're going to be fucking labeled as being hoes. So they're going to come out being victims now. Why weren't you crying the blues when you were living in the mansion?
Hey, did you watch that series?
I watched it.
The
I
guy
couldn't
was
watch
into
it.
bestiality. Apparently, some of these girls were saying.
You know what?
Fuck his dog and stuff like that.
I don't believe all that shit. I'm sorry. I don't believe half that
That's a
shit.
whole episode
You know what? At the end of the day, when it comes to justice of any kind, you have to hear the other side. He's
there's three sides to every story,
dead,
right?
But he's dead. So to me, right there, it nulls and voids it all because my way of looking at that situation. Don't get me wrong. There's some fucking creepy guys out there. Like one of these guys right now, Peter Nygaard. He's fucked up. Like I read some of his stuff where he would pick up young girls and bring them back to his condo, I think he had in the Four Seasons, or his office. And in his office, he also had a bedroom. And the bedroom door had no handles on it.
Oh, God.
Once the door closed, it had a keypad. So that's fucked up.
That's creepy.
But Hugh Hefner, once a girl, wants to become a playboy, a playmate, whatever, playboy bunny, whatever the fuck you want to call it, now you get a phone call from your agent saying that Hugh Hefner wants you to move in. Well, what the fuck do you think's going to happen when you move in? Are you guys going to be playing fucking poker all day and like planting shit? He's going to fuck you. That's a given.
I did a Playboy audition in my 20s.
But if you were asked to move into the Playboy mansion, what do you think's going to happen? Like Hugh Hefner lives there.
Well, I saw the house bunny.
Oh, yeah.
They had pool parties and everything.
Yeah, but what was happening at night? So
They're all quaaludes, right?
If you sign up for that, and the girls knew it, that when they were invited to live in the mansion, they knew that every now and then, whether they're a Tuesday girl or a fucking Wednesday girl, they'd be going to the bedroom on that night and spending it with him. And even the twins, they were having sex with him side by side. So don't fucking come back later on, 25 years later after this fucking guy's dead and then start saying, oh, he was a scumbag. Okay, great. He was a scumbag. No one's denying that. But you were okay with it. That's why you lived in his mansion. You used his private jet. You had, all your expenses were paid for. Nothing was going on. No red flags were going off then. You're enjoying yourself. But now today, woe is me, poor victim. I'm now fucking, A&E is going to pay me X amount of money to be a part of the show to speak up. I got to be super dramatic. I'm going to say I'm the victim. I don't believe in that victim mentality. That's all bullshit in my book. I understand that, yeah, he was a creepy fucking old man. And you knew that moving in. So admit the fact that you were poor in your judgment call. You shouldn't have moved in. and you regret it. And then these are some of the horror stories you faced after. But don't come across like, oh my God, I was so innocent. I had no idea. Like, do you guys agree with that at all? I know you're all women. I'm the only guy here.
No, I fully agree
Ryan,
with that.
I don't know if you agree with me on what I'm saying. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hefner's a fucking creep, though. Like,
He is.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the women themselves, if you're going to listen, if you know the guy's a creep,
Don't go there.
yeah. And if you're going to move in with the fucking
I'm
guy,
trying to make it. Like, that's the thing. It's like this is
Well, that's
your
the
chance to do something. And at that point, it's like, I don't know. Some people are going to take that chance.
so that basically means that some people want to cut corners and be able to make it quicker.
Mhm.
They don't want to go through the, that fucking tough road that's travel. They want to be, oh, here's a shortcut. I'm gonna, Hugh Hefner wants me to move in. I'm gonna sleep with him, and I'm gonna, become successful. And then later on down the line,
Regret
I'm gonna
it.
be like, oh, I'm a victim. Oh my God, he did this to me. Fuck off. I don't buy that shit. I understand that, you have people like Weinstein, who was just the fucking piece of shit, right? Or even this guy, Peter Nygaard. You have a choice. If you're invited to go back to this person's hotel room and you know their reputation, it's not like you're a homeless person. You have go back to your house, call your agent, say, I'm not going to go. Like with Weinstein, with these actresses, they'd be told by their agent, wear your black dress, your sexiest black dress. You're going to go to his hotel room at 1:00 in the morning. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? He's not going to introduce you to his parents.